Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, excuse me, the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. For that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I also need to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled, meaning if you're not a subscriber and you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been a member of the Uncommon Folk from the very beginning or just recently joined as lately as this week, I really appreciate all the love and all the support that you continue to give me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, especially when it comes to Instagram and TikTok. I really appreciate your love and support. I want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices and those who allow me to, correct, those who watch from the clouds. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. And I see that we already have a comment from USA. Good evening. Extreme censorship is probably the worst. Um, which brings me to what is, excuse me, the topic for tonight is is the censorship in YouTube. Okay. Um, I'm going to have my discussion about it, and basically, what I'm going to ask you to consider whether is this censorship or just basically YouTube enforcing its community guidelines. Okay. Now, before we get into the topic, we're going to have another episode of In My Words. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, um, as you can tell by the Christmas jingle, we're now entering into the Christmas holiday season. Okay. And I have said this before, for many people, this is a happy time because you're with family, friends, or whatever. It's a time to think about the year that's passing and to look forward to the new year. Okay. One of the things that we do have to understand that unfortunately there are people that spent Thanksgiving, which was yesterday, alone, and those who spent the holidays alone. First of all, let me just say, I know it's a little late, but a truly happy and blessed Thanksgiving to all of you. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving Day. I hope you had a wonderful time with your loved ones and your friends and to be able to share company. Okay. And a huge shout out to all those who had to work on Thanksgiving, mainly the police, the fire department, the doctors, the lawyers, um, city personnel, and other people like uh, airline staff and things of that nature. So, a huge shout out to all of you who either chose to work on Thanksgiving Day or you have to work on Thanksgiving Day. I myself did overtime, and because, of course, to make some extra money. Because, when it comes to the holidays, it's always nice to have some extra cash. Getting back to my point, this is especially hard on the elderly going through the holidays with our loved ones, due to the fact that you had loved ones that passed away, you have friends that passed away. You also have people who have been estranged from their loved ones, sometimes because of their actions, sometimes through no fault of their own. In fact, I'm going to be discussing that pretty soon. How to deal with loneliness during the holidays. Okay. Because unfortunately, for some people, this is a very depressing time. In fact, some people are frankly not looking forward to the holidays, particularly those who have recently lost loved ones. As a person myself, I experienced death of some of my members. So celebrating the holidays can be hard. Okay. What I chose to do is share my personal story with you, the uncommon folk. Hopefully, um, it will be considered a form of encouragement and things how to do to deal with the holidays, because it's not always like uh, fantasy. We have reality, and reality is unfortunately there are people who are going to be alone this holiday season. One thing I would suggest you can do is, if you know someone that's going to spend Christmas or Hanukkah or the holidays alone, to consider inviting them to your home for the evening, or the very least calling them and texting them to let them know that they're not forgotten. Okay, this is especially hard on the elderly. Okay, and the truth of the matter is, each passing year we have more and more people becoming and entering the senior years. So if you really want to bring some holiday cheer, particularly those who are lonely, reach out to those people. If you can, invite them to your home for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, or at the very least, give them a call during the holidays and let them know that they're not forgotten. Okay, and that would be a big morale boost, particularly, excuse me, particularly on those that that because of death or because of illness, um, they'll be alone. And let's not forget, our military personnel, particularly those who are overseas, serving our country in the military, the fact that many of them won't be able to spend Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa with their loved ones because they are far away. So any type of kindness towards any of these people, we really be appreciated, and it's going to make a big morale boost for those people. So just something to think about. Okay, I will be discussing it probably next week. I will let you know the details. Now, with that being said, we're going to get into the main topic. Now, what brought about, if you want to excuse the biblical term, the genesis of it? Lately, we have seen a number of YouTube creators, many of them large, that either lost their ability to make money from YouTube, or they have their channels deleted. I'm going to give you a few examples. Fashion Fit is one example where they used to make a good amount of money because they had hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then you have people advertising on their streams and what have you, and of course there's always the super chats and cash apps and things of that nature. Unfortunately, Due to their conduct, they have lost their ability to make money. Okay. Another example is, of course, Cynthia G. In all fairness, until recently, I didn't know who was Cynthia G. I did not care to watch her stream. I don't watch her content, obviously. But the fact of the matter is, she had her channel deleted not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. Okay. And of course, a lot of it had to do with what's considered hate speech, particularly when it comes to African American men, calling them dusties, beta males, and what have you, and actually calling for the deletion of male fetuses. Now, it is true that there have been other YouTube creators who have said worse things than what Cynthia G has said. The difference is they have not been placed under the radar of YouTube for whatever reason. Cynthia G has. Now, here's the ironic, the irony among these things. First of all, she became pregnant by a so-called beta male who have had multiple children with multiple baby mamas. Okay, number one. Number two, excuse me, number two, she's gone to the same individuals that she chastised. You know, instead of going to follow women to try to get her channel reinstated, she gone to black men. Okay. Now, mind you, this is the person that talked about how black males are no good, how black males are dusty, how black males are beta, how they don't protect women and all of that sort of thing. But lo and behold, guess she goes where she goes to black men to save her channel and to save her ability to produce content and make money. Now she can be seen on Patreon. Okay. But this is the point that I want to raise. It's one thing when you constantly tell black women not to deal with black men. It's one thing when you tell them not to deal with the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the dusty beta black men, supposedly. But and then telling them that they should self-delete the fetuses if they were boys. What does she do? Okay, first of all, she gets herself knocked up by a so-called dusty male, and she decides to keep the baby. Okay, then what she does, she goes to the same group of people who she condemned, who she criticized, to save her bloody channel. Make that make sense, folks. Make that make sense. I call that hypocrisy in the first degree. Okay. Of course, other creators have either lost their ability to make money or have their channels deleted. Another example, and this is a more recent example, is Pearly Things. Okay. She had recently lost her ability to make money on YouTube. Okay. And unfortunately, she has said some controversial things as well. among the things that she had, okay, allegedly have said that women should not have the right to vote, and also made some cringy remarks stating that 16-year-old girls are more hotter than older girls. Let me make this perfectly clear. Anyone who is under an age of 18 is a child. And even at 18, there's some people have not mentally or psychologically mature. So that's another problem. Okay, and of course we have had other YouTube creators who have lost their ability to make money. Yeah, I agree, Irving. That is extremely creepy. That is extremely creepy. Look, at 16, okay, let me tell you something. At 16, you should be thinking about school dances, going to school, maybe earning a little extra money on the like an after school program, a job or whatever, but not looking at a 16-year-old as someone that's hot. That is just cringy. I'm sorry, and then, but unfortunately, that's what allegedly pretty things that advocated. Now the question is the following: is YouTube uh, correctly enforcing its guidelines, or are they being arbitrary with certain creators? Okay, okay. In all fairness, an argument can be made either way. But this is the point that I've been saying for the last few weeks, and I'm going to continue to say it. Let us say, for the sake of argument, that YouTube is being arbitrary in enforcing its guidelines. And just to give you an example of guidelines, you cannot say anything that's considered hate speech. You cannot say anything that advocates violence against um, any type of group based on their uh, age, ethnicity, religion, uh, status, sexual orientation, or any other. I'm trying to explain, in any other set of individuals, because you cannot use copyright material without permission. However, you can air copyright material with the understanding that you are giving your evaluation, your critique under fair use. Okay, that's the only time that you can do that. If you use another person's content and you do not give a point of view, you do not ask permission, you can be hit with a copyright strike. And now copyright strikes, your channel can be deleted if you or you can lose your ability to make money. Okay. So what I'm going to do is there's a couple articles I'm going to share. Oh, before I forget, let me just let everybody know that Melody, my dear friend, she's going to be on later on tonight at 12:30 a.m. what I'm going to do is after this stream is over, I will be sharing it on my community tab. So I hope all of you can either catch the stream live or catch it on the playback. Okay, with some people, 12:30 a.m. is very late, and I get it. It's understandable. Okay, it looks like my Wi-Fi is acting up. Signal. I'm hoping this is not going to be a struggle stream. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give me a moment. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully it will appear. Okay. So, of course, this is an article that appeared on Wikipedia. Okay. As you see, it's censorship of YouTube. I'm just going to read the article. Okay. The American video sharing platform YouTube is the second most popular website as of August 2019, according to Alexa Internet. According to the company's press page, YouTube has more than 1 billion users in each day. Those users watch more than 1 billion hours of video. Censorship has occurred and continues to occur in various degrees in most countries throughout the world. YouTube blocking occurs for a variety of reasons, including presenting criticism of a ruler, government officials, religion, or religious leaders. Preventing videos promoting racism. Violation of national laws, including copyright and intellectual property protection laws. Violation of hate speech, ethics, or morally based laws. National security legislation. Okay. Now, what you're going to see is a map of the globe. Okay. Now, in green, that's where the areas when has its local YouTube version. And then the red is where it's blocked at the moment, mainly in People's Republic of China and some other places. The pink is where areas were previously blocked, and the gray is called accessible. Okay. Okay, preventing access to videos judged to be inappropriate for youth. Businesses, schools, and government agencies and other private institutions often block social media sites, including YouTube, due to the bandwidth limitations and the site potential of distraction. In some countries, YouTube is completely blocked either through a long-standing ban or more limited periods of time, such as during periods of unrest, the run-up to an election, or in response to upcoming political anniversaries. In other countries, access to the website as a whole remains open, but access to specific videos is blocked due to many reasons, including orders from the country jurisdiction. In both cases, a VPN is usually deployed to bypass geographical restrictions. In cases where the entire site is banned due to one particular video, YouTube will often agree to remove or limit access to that video in order to restore service. As of September 2012, countries with standing national bans on YouTube include China, Iran, and Turkmenistan. due to dispute between Gemma and YouTube over royalty. Many videos featuring copyright songs are inaccessible in Germany. After an agreement was made between the companies in November 2016, these videos become accessible. So these are the countries. I'm not going to read. Well, I'm just going to highlight the countries where they're banned. China, Eritrea, Iran, North Korea, and Turkmenistan. Okay. And there's also countries where it was formally blocked, such as Afghanistan, Armenia, Bangladesh, Brazil. I'm surprised about Brazil. Okay, let me just read. In January 2007, YouTube was sued by Brazilian model and MTV Daniela Chirelli, the ex-founder of the ex-fiancé of football player Ronaldo, and her boyfriend due to the fact that West Ham hosted a video recorded by a paparazzi in which she and her boyfriend was having sexual intercourse on a Spanish beach. The video did not contain explicit content. The lawsuit adds that YouTube will be blocked in Brazil until all copies of the video were removed. On Saturday, January 6, 2007, an injunction ordered that filters have been in place to prevent users from Brazil from accessing the website. Interesting. Here's some other countries where they were formally banned: Denmark, Finland, Germany until 2016, Indonesia, Libya, Malaysia, Morocco, Pakistan, Russia, South Korea, Sudan, Syria, Tajikistan, Thailand, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan, Venezuela. Interesting. So we're going to park it here. To various degrees, YouTube is either banned or access is limited for multiple reasons. Okay. And I did not know this prior to my study, but it is something to think about. Oh, but before I forget, the link to join the panel has been pinned. If anyone wishes to join the panel and express their point of view, they're more than welcome. Okay. If anyone wishes to comment, they do so as well. If not, then what I'll do is I'll end the stream eventually. Okay. And I see here the signal on my Wi-Fi is weak. It's going to be one of those nights, I guess. Okay. So what I'm going to do is share another article. Okay. I think I have like 2 or 3. I don't know if I'm gonna have if I'm gonna show all of them, but I'm gonna present. I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay. Okay. Just give me a moment because my Wi-Fi is acting up. Okay. Here's another article which states YouTube creators are ducking outrage by swearing its swearing policy. Okay. Company says making some adjustments to address the concerns. At exactly 18 seconds into his video, YouTube is run by fools. Prosit makes his feelings on the platform recent restrictions on foul language crystal clear. That is the dumbest effing it ish I have ever had. Okay. And I see everybody has a comment. Depending on your content, yes, there is censorship. Okay. I think that's kind of open to interpretation. Okay. An argument can be made that there is censorship, and an argument can be made that not censorship. Okay. The tirade was deliberate and meant to test the company's updated approach to profanity that they announced in November. YouTube will now limit ads or completely demonetize a creator's video if they swear within the first 15 seconds. It might not seem like a huge deal on its own, but it also seems to apply to every video YouTube has created, and it's done a whole lot of swearing. Paul Z is far the only creator speaking out about the changes, as YouTube seemingly on a demonetization spree that's affecting creators' paychecks. From the jump, creators say YouTube's communication has felt subpar. Some had to learn about the change after they went to Twitter for help, and they say that it's been hard to get a handle on what exactly how the rules are being applied. And so this is we are just in the process of making some adjustments. In short, YouTube thinks the policy change has been a bit of a it show, or as they seem to describe it in their videos, as an unfortunate situation. Now, after weeks of complaints, YouTube is promising to fix it. Okay. In recent weeks, we've heard from many creators regarding this update. YouTube spokesman Michael Asian told The Verge that feedback is important to us and we're in the process of making some adjustments to this policy to address their concerns. We will follow up shortly with our creator community as soon as we have more to share. YouTube's crackdown on foul language is part of a set of rules meant to ensure videos are suitable for advertising. According to the updated language, if creator swears within the first 15 seconds of the video may not be eligible to run ads. Even more, it's likely the video will be demonetized if it has a curse word within the first 7 seconds. A video may also be ineligible if a creator swears throughout the majority of the video. The language is squishes, creators may be demonetized, and there is no definition on what YouTube's majority of the video line is. Words are mostly treated under the policy calling someone understand as a beep. It's much a ding calling than a ding ding. Though then and how is fine. In short, content that contains profanity or vulgarity may not be suitable for advertising, as YouTube guidelines put it. This is for your personal information. I don't swear that much. In fact, I think I might say one colorful adjective maybe in 2 or 3 of my videos, and I have almost 600 videos on my platform. If that were the entire story, creators probably wouldn't have much of a problem with it. It's understandable, like advertisers like Apple or Disney would want their family-friendly messages immediately followed by a tirade, colorful language. YouTube isn't giving creators a chance. Potentially years of content of creators. I don't think it's exactly fair to punish all the videos that were made before the rules came into place. YouTuber IS Mark told The Verge, it's been a common complaint among the people covering the issue. They feel like YouTube is expecting them not only to create videos for the standards now, but it may be implemented in the future. In the video, YouTuber RT Gang talked about how devastating it was to sit refreshing YouTube Studio page, watching videos over a year or two to get demonetized and therefore potentially having their reach limited. It doesn't help that YouTube has gone back and forth in swearing in April 2021 the platform updated its rules to allow videos with the use of mild profanity, i.e., SHIT and female dog in the first 30 seconds to be monetizable. If you took the rule to change to heart, you may have videos that are no longer allowed to earn income. There's been also complaints about YouTube not communicating the change clearly. In a popular video about the situation, YouTuber Critical described the company's treating its public changes like a government secret and said that YouTube's contact wasn't even aware of the change until looking up. YouTube the way whatsoever, and it's infuriating. Proset, whose name is Someone Chow, told The Verge. I found out about it in early January and only because the video got mine got demonetized and people on Twitter told me about the policy. Cho said he was having difficulty even telling which of his videos were affected by the policy. It's hard to say how many less monetizations do. It's a little less than 100. The lack of notification when the video runs afoul of the new guidelines is made even worse because YouTube applying the rules. What gets smart? Videos remonetized only to be demonetized again the next day. It's a constant stress to worry about. Creators argue that the system put in place by YouTube to rectify being demonetized a little help and can initially be vague about why videos were restricted in the first place. The platform can provide detailed feedback on why videos have been age unlogged in with a Google account or demonetize if it creates submits for a manual review. But doing it comes with risk. If your video fails to review, creators will be stuck with a whole video being limited. And that's the reason that you're reaching out was so you can figure out what you should admit out of your videos using YouTube's built-in tools and restore the game in video. New restrictions are profoundly on the only concern that some creators in YouTube updated violent policy changes and rules for video games to introducing similar restrictions for the first seconds of a video and thumbnails. Of course, this change is also which directly impacts numerous creators on the platform who has made a name and livelihood on gaming content. It's something that direct support from YouTube itself. These restrictions now apply, and how they are communicated are making some creators second guess YouTube's role as one of the main sources of income. Already was aware of YouTube isn't a stable place to make consistent income, says IS Mark. I've been trying to put my eggs in multiple baskets over the past year to see what else I could work. Was this definitely solidifies or not? Child echoes similar sentiment. It's not necessarily looking for a backup platform, but only incentives me to continue to make plans on my future that does not involve YouTube. Other crew organization, some long before the policies were changed were implemented. Philip DeFranco, YouTube is known for introducing his videos with the phrase in sponsors, he said. Losing time he had to offer details on how dramatic these changes will be. I definitely think you should roll back the policy back since not before the company told us we're good upon. Okay, now, uh, uh, boy, just give me in all in all fairness, excuse me. Yeah, I'm having some trouble. I'm having some trouble with the Wi-Fi tonight, so this is bad for me. Now, I didn't. Until recently, I did. The fact of the matter is that if you swear within the first 15 seconds, um, it could be demonetized. And that's something I did not know before. Okay. And I am, to be perfectly honest, I am baffled as well um, regarding some of the changes. Now, in all fairness, okay, in all fairness, I'm not at that stage where I'm able to be monetized due to the fact that I have 253 subs. I do understand that um, depending uh, it's either 500 subs and plus having a content watch for 3,000 hours or 4,000. Okay. Um, Now this is a problem. It's a problem. Now, how do you? Okay, how did you deal with it? My humble opinion. There's certain things you can do um, to make sure that your videos and streams do not get demonetized. First of all, uh, be mindful of what you say. Okay. Also, be mindful of your content. Okay. Just remember speech, which could be considered hate speech, particularly if it's geared against a particular community, whether it be women, whether it be minorities, whether it be those of a sexual orientation or different religious views. Also, your videos can be demonetized depending um, what is your political stance. I know that there were certain videos in the midst of the pandemic was being demonetized because it advocated people should not use people should not get the vaccine, or that that pandemic is not real. And of course, as I stated before, is that during during the pandemic or the health crisis or whatever the fluff you want to call it nowadays, my message has been the same. If you are truly concerned about regarding it, ask questions regarding the symptoms. Okay, ask questions regarding the side effects of the vaccine, whether it be an injection or in pill form. And then, based on all that information, you decide what is your cause of action. I have never been critical on those who chose not to get vaccinated, nor those who did get vaccinated. My my message has been educate yourself. Okay, that has been my message. Now, let's see. Just give me a moment. Okay. Because unfortunately, my computer. Actually, you know what? That's those are the three articles I'm going to share. So let me just give you my take as it comes to the whole situation. Um, I think at times YouTube has been very selective when it comes to implementation of the community guidelines. Okay, and this is due to the fact, well, you have YouTube creators who've been demonetized and have the chance to lead it. And then you have other individuals who had said even more grievous things, but has been allowed um, to continue earning money from YouTube. And one thing we have to bear in mind, okay, when you have a company, whether it be Pepsi or Coca Cola or any other company, particular company when it makes a large amount of money, okay, one of the things they want to do is advertise their products, okay. However, they're going to be very careful in what areas they're going to advertise. Okay. Like, for example, as much as Disney tries to be so politically correct and what have you, they're not going to advertise on a platform when people are swearing up a storm or people using what's considered hate speech, or when people are arguing and carrying on and acting like a complete set of clowns. Because many of these companies, they have an image to look after, okay, and to protect. So, so they're going to be mindful on where they're going to advertise. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, you can easily lose your ability to make money if you keep constantly airing hate speech or using copyright material without permission, or actually giving your opinion, your evaluation on the content. Okay. Now, I don't know if you notice that whenever I do share other individuals' content, I'll make it a point, first of all, us saying fair use, fair use, fair use. And then stopping at various points to give my point of view. Okay? There's a reason why I do that. So therefore, I do not get penalized. Okay? And one thing, um, if you ever notice that whenever before anyone joins the platform, I have a disclaimer. And on disclaimer states the following: that the views of those who appear on the platform are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. In other words, not allowed. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image, meaning I can use it. Some of the views that people hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. There might be certain things that people say on my platform that people may not be all that crazy about and have warm feelings about. And of course, I always close the same way. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. Okay. We go to my point. If there is a channel or if there's on a content about something that you don't like, whatever it is, you are not obligated to consume it. Okay? In fact, the easiest thing to do is not consume the content and just watch something else. Or don't watch anything on YouTube, okay? Because the reality is this: there are literally millions of YouTube creators out there. So, depending on what it is you like to watch or what is your content that you seek, there's virtually a platform for whatever. Uh, so, and I know for a fact there are people who do not like my content because either I'm too old or I'm too lame or too boring or it's not toxic or whatever. What I'm asking you to bear in mind is that on this platform, first of all, it is a safe space for people to come and share their point of view. Okay? Okay. So, when you open it up to people to share their point of view, you're going to get different viewpoints. Okay? And that's fine. Okay? Because here, unlike certain creators, I do not operate an echo chamber. People are allowed to express different points of view. Okay? And to be perfectly honest, every person that appeared on my platform or appeared on the chat, I have had disagreements in one form or another. The difference is that we have been able to be mutually respectable and mutually agreeable when we disagree. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I met my good friend Denise Gonzalez during the stream when we disagreed. Okay, I didn't attack her. I didn't criticize her. I just simply say, you know what? I disagree, and I allow her to amplify it further. Okay. In fact, there is one video clip. Hey Gigi, good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. I know that Multi is going to be on later on, so I'm definitely going to watch it, and I definitely going to share the stream. And oh, by the way, Gigi does have a membership, which I think it's $5 a month, where you will have access to content that's exclusively for the members. So I'm going to ask you to consider joining her membership and give her content a try. I mean, so but the fact of the matter is, I have never operated my channel as an echo chamber. I will never will do so. I encourage people to express their point of view, and if we disagree, okay, fine, let's discuss it. You're quite welcome, Gigi. You're quite welcome. Okay. So I think there's been some cases where YouTube did not apply the guidelines 100%, and the fact that you have certain YouTube creators that have been allowed to say a lot of crap, okay, and advocate for even weirder stuff. I mean, but it goes back to what I've said, and I've been saying this for several weeks. Let us assume, for the argument, that YouTube is being completely arbitrary when it comes to this enforcement of these guidelines. With all more the reason you need to be mindful of what you say or do, because if you're not careful, you can get too many. You can get one community strike too many, which means you will lose your ability. If you have been authorized, you'll lose your ability to make money, and you can also have your channel deleted. Okay, we have had Cynthia G, who had a channel deleted 4 times. We have people like Fresh and Fit and Just Barely Things lost their ability to make money. We have seen someone like Hybrid who lost his original channel due to the fact that he violated community guidelines. Okay. Which is why I'll continue to say the same thing. Okay. Assuming that YouTube is being arbitrary, but even it's more of a reason to be mindful of what you say. Okay. All I'm stating is that, okay, you can continue to produce your content. You can talk about different topics. You can talk about controversial topics. Okay. However, there is a way to do it. Okay. And if you're going to bring up topics, particularly topics that can be considered controversial, it's very important that you speak with facts. Okay. Don't give your personal opinion. Well, you can give your opinion, but if you want to make an argument regarding controversial topics, you need to have something behind it. You need to have your facts behind that. Okay. And of course, I have a couple of friends of mine who have got demonetized regarding copyright material. Okay. So it does happen. It can happen. Okay. How do you avoid doing that? Making sure, okay, be mindful of your content. Okay. Also be mindful of what you say. Okay. You should never advocate violence against anyone or particular group. You cannot you cannot say what's considered hate speech regarding any particular group. Okay. Also be mindful that if you say controversial topics without, okay, and this is the thing, even with if you have evidence in controversial topics, you can't be demonetized because YouTube, for whatever the fluff reason, deems it inappropriate to be monetized. Okay. And of course, people have, some people have gone to Patreon, others have gone to Rumble in order to try to get past those restrictions. Now, I don't know a great deal about Patreon, but I'm gonna hazard the guess that they have their guidelines because Patreon, companies do advertise on Patreon. Okay, and companies are not going to advertise on content where it can create a negative image. Okay, and the same thing in Rumble. People are flocking to Rumble because it's freedom of speech and people are allowed to say it and say the fluff they want. Okay, eventually it's going to get to the point where Rumble is going to want a piece of the advertising pie. Which what's going to happen is they're going to start making some changes regarding content. Okay. Now I've been talking for over an hour. Okay. If anyone has any other comments, you're more than welcome to share. If anyone wishes to join the panel, you can express your point of view. Maybe you think I don't know what I'm talking about or whatever. Well, let's have a discussion. If no one joins the panel or no one with further comments, I will start to wrap it up. Okay. But let me just state what's going to be the topic for my next stream. Okay. Which is, what are you thankful for? Okay. Now, the one good thing about Thanksgiving is that there's at least one day out of the year where supposedly we're all thankful for the benefits we have or the blessings we have or whatever. I submit to you, you do not have to wait until the fourth Thursday of November to show your gratitude. Okay. You can do it at any time. You can do it on the 4th of July. You can do it on April Fool's Day. You can do it on Arbor Day or New Year's Day, what have you. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to express what I'm grateful for. Okay. First of all, among the things I'm grateful for is that I come to the saving knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, which is very important because without Him, my life has no meaning and my life has no purpose. Another thing I'm also grateful for is people that I met in these YouTube streets. People like Gigi, Multi, Irby, AMR, Georgia, Kimmy, Ritza. Also, some people like Miss Mo, Vibrant, a couple other people, and of course, my side of the fence, people like the Intruder Boricua, the 18th Mother, uh, Two Teacher, Rotab, myself, Denise, MK, and Exina, and other people that had appeared on my platform and given them love and support. So I will be talking about things I'm going to be thankful for. I'm thankful for, and of course, the audience will have an opportunity to share regarding what they are thankful for. Okay.
And I understand with some people it could be harder to be thankful, okay, due to illness, due to the stress of life that people go through, okay. But we all have at least one thing to be thankful for, okay. Whether it be because we are alive, whether we do we have a home, whether it be we have friends, we have a health, or what have it, okay. So, what is what is my take on all this? I think there have been cases where uh, YouTube has been arbitrary when it comes to enforcement of their guidelines. And other times they've been consistent. I mean, it's okay. What I'm trying to say that there is room for both points of view. And in all fairness, there is no right or wrong answer. Okay, if you truly believe that YouTube is being consistent in enforcement of its community guidelines, hey, that's wonderful. If you think YouTube is being arbitrary, that's fine. The whole point, the whole point of it was simply to have a discussion. That's all. Okay, it's just something to think about. Because really, there is no right or wrong answer. Okay, I could see arguments for both. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop to wrap this up because I see um, there's no further comments. But I will say this: I really do appreciate everyone that appeared in the chat, and I also appreciate the cloud watchers. Okay, those people who watch in you know in a state and being unknown. And let's keep it clear: some of my haters cloud watch my stuff. Okay, which is fine. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna focus on being the best version of myself. Okay, and I'm gonna continue week in and week out to produce content where hopefully people will watch and people will enjoy. Okay, there's certain things I will not do. I will not do smoke streams. That's never been my speed. I will never attack anyone personally. Again, that's not how I do things. I may have issues with conduct and addressing here, but I would never attack anyone personally. The YouTube creators that do that, that's fine. Not me. Not me. So, with that being said, I really appreciate all the love, all the support, all of you have given me. Now, I'm going to start to do a little bit more tweaking when it comes to um, when my streams be on. So lately, it's been Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Friday night. I might, I might do Sunday. There might be some nights where I do a Sunday stream or a Monday stream. It's just something I need to think about. And of course, I need to also thinking about a theme for next season of Uncommon Sense, which will begin sometime in January. So, with that being said, I hope that you will enjoy this weekend. You're probably going to start your holiday shopping. Just be mindful that as you go out there and do your shopping, there's going to be days when you're going to need a great deal of patience, whether it be dealing with incompetent sales clerk or maybe dealing with other people who are shopping, because always someone that trying to rob you of your peace. Okay, and I know that sometimes people jostle me because they cannot help it. It's like they have to push me because the fact that I have I'm walking with a cane or I'm walking slow, whatever. You know, that's that is their issue, not mine. So with that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the same way that I always close. We must do everything possible to minimize our content with the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Wishing all of you a very good night. Have a blessed weekend. Take care and peace.